What's good, y'all? It's another episode of Din and Theme. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. So today's episode is about Hendon Hooker. Now, everybody knows Hendon Hooker is now a quarterback for the Detroit Lions. Everybody's been wondering, like, is he the next guy up when Jared Goff leaves? Or if Jared Goff has a bad season, is Hendon Hooker ready right now to, take over that spotlight and be a franchise quarterback? Now, this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say relax when it comes to trying to start him right now, just because he's coming back from an injury. Same thing that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell did with JMO that gave him that time to really, heal and recuperate. I say you do the same thing with him because you don't want him, rushing that injury, come back, then he gets injured again, then just has a not even an injury plagued season, injury plagued career. I would rather sit somebody for 2, 3 years, and then that way I know they fully healed up versus, he comes in, plays 6 games this season, 3 games next season, 4 games the following season because he keeps getting plagued with injuries when you just could have just let him sit for a while. So, but at the same time, the Lions are in a position where they have Jared Goff. So you really don't have a reason to want to rush him to start because you already have a starting quarterback. And yes, my previous video, like I said, I prefer Lamar Jackson over Jared Goff. But at the same time, I agree with what a lot of people said. I think Lamar Jackson, I don't think he's just about style and everything. He makes big plays and, he has shown you that he can win. Yeah, he had issues in the playoffs, but I still think that he could win. But Jared Goff has shown you that when he gets to the playoff and he made it to the Super Bowl, that he can handle that pressure. Lamar, do I think Lamar can handle the pressure in the Super Bowl? I think so, but he just hasn't made it there yet. But it's really just what you favor. Now, when I was going with Hendon Hooker, I was trying to keep figuring out like now if this guy's good. I'm trying to figure out why he dropped. Falling in the third round, maybe because the injury, messed you up. But I even seen in a lot of my drafts that, people had him going late first round to Minnesota. So for him to drop all the way to the third round for the Lions to even pick him up, this is why I say Brad Holmes is just like killing these drafts. Like, dang, how did nobody else see these players and that ended up coming straight to him? So I think he's just doing everything that he's supposed to do as a GM. So I really rock with that. But is Hendon Hooker really good? I think so. And if anybody ever watched any college game, like I definitely was a person I was on, please Tennessee whoop Alabama. Please whoop Alabama. Knock them out that first seed. Let's see what happens. I'm a Michigan fan, so I just want to see who could beat Bama because I'll be honest, last year I don't think Michigan could have beat Bama. But this year, depending on their quarterback situation, I think Michigan can take them. But I know last year that Michigan couldn't do it. So if this year their year for that, we're going to see. But Hayden Hooker, just look at this. 441 total yards and 5 touchdowns against Bama. Now, everybody keeps saying like a lot of these Alabama teams could go against NFL teams and still, compete with them. So you can't sit there and say, well, Alabama's not a good defensive team. Yes, they are. That's why they end up getting. That's why Will Anderson was there. And there was a lot of people that was on that defense that went in the first round because they were so good. Was Georgia's defense better? Yes, but Alabama wasn't like slouchy. They won just the second best team for a reason. So but when I say this, only thing I say is this: I say give Hendon Hooker time to heal and give him time to learn the playbook. Goff is having a bad game, then throwing Nate Sudfeld. Don't put in Hendon Hooker because it's gonna be that, and we all know, like, I don't know if it's just NFL fans or not, but we really live in the moment. I try not to, so I'm trying not to be that person, but it's a lot of people that Goff has a good game, it's like, okay, he's the best, he can undefeated. He has a bad game, then it's bench him, he sucks, I hate him. It happens all the time. Fire the quarterback coach, and everything seems to fall on Aaron Glenn. And he's not even a quarterback coach. He's not even on that side of the field. So I think Jared Goff is going to start. Jared Goff is going to have a good, not even a good year. He's going to have a great year, and that's why I see the Lions going, and that's why I see the Lions making noise this year and finally winning the North. So, what y'all think? But as I said before, do I think that Hayden Hooker has a potential to be a franchise quarterback? I absolutely do. I think he can like really fit that Russell Wilson mold, even though I really hate to compare quarterbacks to each other. But for a lot of people that didn't watch college, and if you had to compare him to a quarterback, I would say Russell Wilson, not because of his size, because of his versatility. But you just like I said, just keep leaving him on the bench, not because he sucks or he's incapable of learning, just because, like I said, you want to make sure that injury doesn't keep plaguing you over and over and over. Then you've seen a lot of his games that he can run. So you don't want somebody getting ready to make you 5 yards to get you that first down, and then he's limping the whole time that he's done. That's what everybody even said with Lamar Jackson. Like Lamar Jackson's a run first quarterback, but you're getting a little older, so you got to learn to develop your game and change your game. Him is that the fact that he is 25. I know a lot of people when they go to the NFL, they're 21, 22, so they have more time. If anything, he's only going to be 27. So when he starts, so I don't think that's an issue. As long as you're not in, 43 and and nobody ever seen you play in the NFL, then it's like, oh man, I don't know what I'm going to see. But other than that, I don't think there's anything wrong with him being 27, being a starter. Like it's a lot of people that start when they're older because that's a position that really works for a long time. That's like trading away an older offensive lineman because you just he's going to be stuck in his ways. Let's find somebody younger that's not even have his thing. No, like you let it go up that way you can learn as you progress. That's how it works. But I'm curious to see it, man. When Hayden Hooker, the real question should be not even Hayden Hooker is a franchise quarterback. The real question is when is he going to start? Is he going to start in the future? Are they going to give him that time? Or are they just going to throw him in? Just like, here, you're going to start now. That's the real question that I have. But what y'all think, man? Like I said, this is another episode of D&D. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all once again. Like and subscribe. Thank God Almighty you like to subscribe. Peace, y'all.